Well, hello. This is your board report for March 2016. Just want to give you a quick update of the activities of our board. We had a couple of board members in absence, and so we had shuffled some of our board agenda items around. So it was a relatively brief meeting. Sorry for some lapse in board presentation summaries for you all. Joe and I have been working to get our times and schedules in sync, and with the collection of evidence scoring rounds going on, we've just been working at our best. So we'll pick it up from here on out. So here we go. On March 9th, the Board of Directors met for their regular board meeting. Started at 12 o'clock and started into our usual agenda. Our first presentation was by Teresa Kimball. And she provided an overview to our board on the work of the College Bound Scholars Program. If you're not familiar with that, it's for young people ages 7th grade and 8th grade who complete the application process, commit to work through their high school experience, and follow through with the applications for financial aid package, and also complete high school graduation with a 2.0 or higher, and don't get involved in any law enforcement scuffles that result in criminal charges being pressed. Once they complete all of those things, if they happen to be from a home of poverty, then the College Bound Scholars Program provides tuition coverage for them in any of the 68 programs that are operated here in our state of Washington. It's a fantastic opportunity for young folks to have hope for affordable college, to gain access to that program, and some of the outcomes are really quite tremendous. We're seeing increases in graduation rates, increasing access to college, and persistence through to graduation in college. So hats off to Teresa and her promotion of that work, and thanks to others who have really been actively involved. Our region is striving for 100% participation in the application process. We've got a little ways to go. We're about 67% right now, and we want to make a big push for the end of this academic year. If students don't complete the application by 8th grade, they're not eligible to continue to go on and access this possible resource to assist them in gaining a college education. Second report to the board was by Paul Chasko about our unemployment cooperative. Paul provided a history of unemployment insurance in the United States and then summarized the work of this cooperative. Most of our school districts participate. It provides coverage for any individuals who are eligible for unemployment insurance and significantly reduces their rates as compared to if they would be part of a statewide pool. Paul and team manage the liability coverage of that pool and provide training and support to folks with regard to how to access their internal risk and to manage that risk. One of the biggest changes that we've seen over time is a need for improved human resources practices where unemployment isn't offered as a part of the employee transition process, but is actually part of what is considered to be a mandated benefit, and that we're ensuring compliance to the expectations of the original statutes that provided that coverage for educational employees. Paul did a great job providing that summary. Our board was very interested in the content, and once again it demonstrates the value of some of the back office services that the ESD provides, saving significantly for our school districts. Thanks, Paul, for that work. The next reports were provided by Sandy Nelson and Cal Brody. Sandy provided her usual report to the board with regard to Head Start program outcomes and summarized for them enrollment, changes in federal policy, and some procedures that were going to be brought forward later in the board meeting for board action. Cal shared the fiscal report for the ESD. The good news is we're in good financial health. One of the challenges that we're experiencing right now is some delay in payments for some significant bills that have been sent forward to the state. So we're a little bit behind in payments to the ESD, but the good news is we have a very strong cash position and we enjoy a strong fiscal health. Activities of the board were approving of procedures that were brought forward by the Policy Council, and probably the most difficult action of the board was acceptance of Sandy Nelson's retirement. If you haven't heard, Sandy is going to be leaving us at the end of this month for a new role with the Region 10 Head Start program, where she'll be providing support, technical assistance, and training for a 4-state region in Head Start. Sandy has been with us for 15 years and it's been a great joy working with her, getting to know more of her skills and to understand more fully the Head Start program, the ECAP program, and generally the role of early learning in our educational system. Sandy's been a great member of our ESD community and she's going to be greatly missed. For those of you who are available to join us on March 28th, we'll have a reception hosted in Sandy's honor and congratulating her for future work and the opportunity to serve an even larger audience as she moves on to the Region 10 Technical Assistance and Training Division. Reports to the board from board members included a report on behalf of Rick Anthony with regard to the work of our statewide association of ESDs. The conference will be held the first week of April in Yakima, where board members from around the state, the 9 ESDs, and their executive staff will be joining for a summary of activities of our association and a review of the changes in Constitution on how the AESD network is governed. Many of our board members and staff will be traveling there for the two-day conference. Alan Jones provided a brief summary of the state of our state's legislative activity. Unfortunately, by the time of the board meeting, the legislature had not concluded their legislative session. We're seeing that this session is once again dragging into extra innings. That's happened for the last 3 legislative sessions, so the pattern continues. Unfortunately, we're stuck over how the state will respond to the Supreme Court's McCleary decision, what plans will move forward to ensure that full funding of school systems will occur by the next legislative session, and a few other technical issues with regard to things like teacher quality, teacher recruitment, and preparation for the full funding of basic ed. So there's a lot of work yet to be done, and what folks thought was going to be a relatively quick legislative session, it's dragging on just a little bit further. And finally, during the superintendent's report, I provided a brief update to the board with regard to our board visitation schedule. The members of the executive staff and myself are planning to visit all 44 of our school district boards over the next few months. We travel there in the evenings to meet with the board, represent the ESD, and share a little bit of the story of how the ESD has been a strong partner with their school districts. Our ESD board members frequently join us there so that the school district board members can see who represents them as part of the ESD governance system. It's a great chance for us to share the story of the ESD, hear what's going on in local school districts, and build some further and deeper relationships with local community members. Thanks to our board members and thanks to the executive staff for joining us in that journey. It's a great chance to get to know our region even better and to make stronger connections with our communities. Our next board meeting will be April 13th here at the ESD. We look forward to hosting that. If you happen to be swinging by, feel free to drop in at around 12 o'clock to see the activities of your board. Make it a great month.